let's get started, shall we? It's about dang time. Shoot, I didn't set up a scene for this. Better set up a scene for this. We're doing it live. Hi, there's me. Oh no, it's what I was filming for a GIF. How horrible. Oh no, the GIF. Here we go. Copy these things, please. Paste these things, please. You can't do that? Darnation. Oh no, you did do that multiple times. Thanks, friend. Nope, it's me. And Dan's in my green screen. Cause I got a small one. Ain't that the way? Get rid of that text, we don't need that. Get rid of that intro slide, we don't need that jazz. The life of a streamer is always difficult and full of challenges. How very difficult. We're gonna do some crappity crap. I'm thinking a 225 off of both sides. Let's put that boy in the middle. Center of the screen. We're missing a gosh dang border. I need to redo all these assets real quick because they're bad. Hey, there we go. I tore down everything recently because I accidentally created a new stream profile over this one, which I really hope I'm not streaming to right now. We're gonna double check that. Yep, we're on. I'm streaming. Good.
So,
Ooh.
like, it's...
Yeah. Anyways, I won't stress you out. We're gonna get into some Peasant game dev here. And we're gonna be using some new animations that I picked up. Yes, I have not done this in a while. I missed last week. I had a surprise meeting pop up, but that was really good. So we're gonna jump in. Excuse me. You know, until I get that second light set up, I'm gonna have this wonky shadow, and we're gonna deal with that in the near future. But for now, let's pull open Peasant, shall we? I don't care about new projects in the cloud. Let's open up this one, and let's work on some stuff, shall we? I am going to see what I've got so far. And then I'm gonna tear this apart. So, just so I can get you caught up to speed, what our plans are right now. So, wow, I am so out of it, guys. Whew, I need to go get a glass of water or something. I might be passing out. I don't know what's going on. Peasant, it's a top-down brawler. Let me jump in and show you, because you gotta see the game. You run around, you can pick up weapons, you can just equip weapons willy-nilly, you deal damage to people. There's sweet spots, there's magic, there's throwing. Any weapon can be thrown. All sorts of fun stuff. It's a fun game. I think, but I made it. Weapons can combo with other weapons. So I can pick up these arrows, for example, and they work with the bow, but they work independently, and I can just throw the arrows if I don't want them and throw the bow, vice versa. Yeah, it's this cool top-down brawler. My goal right now is to get some. Oh, I'm transparent. I'm wearing green. That's my mistake. Zach is a ghost today. The goal is to get just something, a vertical slice prototype. I want it to be multiplayer, and I want it to be player versus everything versus player. Something like kill as many mobs as you can in a certain time limit, collect gold, collect weapons, that sort of thing. Because right now, we've been building out towards the main mode, which is a big open world, team-based exploring questing kind of deal. But I need something smaller to be able to show people and to be able to test, especially to test with you guys. So that is one of the things we will be doing first off. We're going to start, we're going to clean up this scene actually and save it as a new scene so that I can keep things organized. So scenes, we're going to call this one, I'm just going to call it Arena. And actually, we're not going to use this scene. We're going to use my castle scene because it's a lot more impressive. Test, environment test. All right, castle scene. Far more impressive. Been building this puppy out for years. That's not entirely true. Been building it out for a while, though. So, thought here is we're going to box out the middle of this area here for you to play in. I should put up some walls. I can easily grab some walls, which is nice. And let you zoom around and have a good time. Treasure chest, get out of there. Environment, no touchy. Good. And we've got our hero player character. Can I move around? Let's see. Nice, and the minimap looks way better when it's full of something. So we've got a decently sized area here. Now, this character controller, I built this earlier on. I wasn't entirely sure what I was getting myself into, especially when it came to animations. Animations are tricky over a network, and Pun, which I'm using, they sync animations by syncing parameters in an animator. Now, I don't do anything of the sort like that. I am syncing these just by sending in a string. And I can send that across the network, but that's nowhere near as cheap as sending a boolean or an integer, a byte, if you will. So our goal here is to send us up a new animator for our character. To do that, I grabbed some new animations from the asset store, which I'm so glad it resets every single time I open it, instead of keeping my page. But I grabbed a crap ton of animations that I'm going to import here. And if this makes me a game dev cheater, so be it. I'll be the cheaterist you've ever sawed. And that'll be fine. Because as I learned doing my first commercial product, I can't do everything. And it's not worth trying to learn how to make the music, how to make the models, how to make the sound effects, how to connect with platforms. It's not worth doing it on your own, and it's definitely not worth doing it if you have no skill in that area. And I don't have any skill in animating. I'd love to. I think I'd really enjoy it. But for now, we're going to be investing in some assets to work with, and I get to use these assets for my teaching projects, which is fun. I do like the teaching. Check out my messages here. All right, this one's going to take a little while to import, but yeah, I'm really passionate about Peasant as a game. I really want to get it working online, just in a simple way. So these animations provide a lot of things: sword, shield, spear, stuff, and stuff that we're already ready for, and some stuff we're not. I don't think there's bow and arrow animations in this pack bundle, but that's okay. We'll make do. And if I gotta write some of my own, I'll do it. I could steal the ones included in the Simple Fantasy pack too. It's not stealing if I bought it. We've also got some projectiles here that I thought were valuable, so I grabbed some. Yeah. Our goal is just to speed things up, get something that we can play. This was my struggle with Bombfest early on. Bombfest was an adventure game called Well Wishes, and it was just a sprawling adventure. And frankly, it was way too big of something that I could produce in a reasonable amount of time or with a reasonable budget. And after getting some recommendations from at a local show, decided to really cut things back and simplify it. And that's what Bombfest really is. It's a simplified version of this great adventure game I always wanted to make. So now we're going to hop in here and simplify Peasant into something reasonable. And that's the goal. We want something reasonable that we can show. If you don't have something to show, you might as well not have a game. And I suppose I have these streams to show, but I'd love to have something I can put in your hands. So that's a thought. Make something simple here that I can publish. If I do it right, that you can play in your browser, that would be ideal. And that you could have a good time. And I could learn more about networking through. That's one of the big goals here. The big goals. So I've got my character here. We're going to be ripping apart the character, and pretty violently so. I'm going to take this player character. I'm going to unpack player character. Our character follower is currently following the character. I might have to remove that for now, just because we're going to need something else at some point. So I'm going to unpack this follower. I'm going to rename this to player camera anchor. Bam, remove. Player camera. Actually, I'm going to remove this whole sail. Bam, because I'm going to start using Cinemachine, which I learned and really enjoy. It makes life easy, and life being easy is a wonderful thing. We're not going to do that just yet, though. For now, I'm going to attach the player camera to the player character and just pretend that that's okay. It's not. It's really. Player character has an animator. I'm just going to remove it. Photon animator view depends on it. Okay, I guess we need that. No, we're just going to do this step by step from the beginning. We're going to remove transform view. We're going to remove the view. Character, input, coin purse, nah, health, nah, character, nah, character controller. Yeah, we're keeping that. So thankfully, I just saved this. Excuse me. Which means I can just nix everything here. But before I do that, I'm going to save some of these scripts for later. In fact, I'm going to save all these scripts for later. Assets, scripts, I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste this. I'm going to paste this in the directory above so that I can just start deleting stuff. It's going to feel real good. So we've got our player character here, which is one of our player's characters. We're going to need a character script. Let me add my character folder, and let's just mess up this character script. This character script does a lot, which is wild. It really shouldn't do this much. It handles inventory. It handles a lot of RPCs for sending strings over a network, which is disgusting. We really want to tame this down. Character should have an inventory, but it should not be the inventory, for example. That's one of the things we're going to be doing. All the animations will be contained here, though, which is important. I'm going to simplify how those animations are sent and spent. So, first off, let's not even touch code. Let's go to player character here, and let's make a new animator. So I'm going to go into, make a new folder here. Character. Because we got a player character controller here. I'm just going to delete it. Let's create a new animator controller. I'm going to call this I'm going to call it character. I'm not going to call it player character. Boom. Character. What does character have in it? Absolutely nothing. Awesome. So I want to reapproach how this animator works. The old one was mostly borrowed, and it was really messy. Here, we want to take advantage of this mechanism system as much as we can. So, initial thoughts. Initial thoughts are we want to try and use. Do we want to use any state or entry? It's important. An exit, rather. These are great if you've got things that need to default to a certain state, like an idle. So let's me grab an idle animation. I want idle t animator clip animation. There we go. Let's grab an animator actually. Controller, animator controller. So here's the idles I've got. Cool. Crouching. We really want to do something like that. Should we do sneaking in Peasant? Not design doc. Can't talk about it. Okay. I'm going to grab a handful of these idles. So I think that'll be valuable. They're swimming. Adding swimming to Peasant would admittedly be really fun. That'd be a nice little mechanic. That'd be kind of Fortnite-y. I already decided I want to add fishing. I had this weird thought where in Peasant, the bigger game idea is you're running around basically a mini MMO world where PvP is always enabled. And you've got a small team and people are running around trying to collect a certain amount of gold. Because if they collect a certain amount of gold, they get to take some of it home. They can't unless they reach a certain threshold. So, the thought is, it'd be fun to have some non-violent activities to earn money. I want to have fishing, for example. There's definitely going to be a lot of PvE activities already, like hunting, going to finding rare enemies and bosses to fight, little miniature in-world raids. But the thought is, just find some relaxing ways to play the game. All right. So let's grab some idles here. Here is some basic idling. Basic motions, idle 1 and idle 2. Let's grab idle 1. Idle 1. I'm going to drag you into our character controller. Now we have an idle animation. Let's make sure it syncs up. Please sync up. Yeah. Perfect. What's beautiful about these animations is somehow they work with every model I've used. How? Why? I don't know. I'm happy. Here's idle 2. Just a simple little idle animation. He doesn't have a weapon. He's just a Peasant. He's just sweet little Peasant. Aw, so sweet, Peasant. You can even have there's transitions between these idols, which is interesting. Not that these do very much, because this guy has so few limbs. He's got this nice little idol now. It gives him a little more life. Hey, Round. Thank you so much. Here's my thank. Thanks for the Pride Heart, my friend. Oh man, I need the left one now. Shucks. How's your collection going, Round? You got them all yet? I'm playing with some idols here. I'm actually going to create a blend tree. I'd like to blend between these things. It's going to be interesting. Let's see if I can get this blend tree to work. Blend tree. Blend type. Ooh. Direct. 1D, simple directional. I've got this blend variable. So I'm going to throw some motion fields in here. Actually, I need to be careful. I need to be really careful so I know what I'm doing. I've got, this stream is really going to be me learning how to use blend trees well and to get multi-directional animations working. I want to use these blend trees in different ways. I would love to be able to blend between different animation sets. Yo, there you go. You got the left. You do have quite a few. I like that. I like it. So very colorful. Not sure how many there are. There are so many, my friend. There are many to go. Alright, where's my colorful one? Oh yeah. Pride Penguin's probably my favorite of that bunch. Look at him. He's like a League of Legends penguin. Right? There's a League of Legends penguin? I've seen him in Teamfight Tactics, so I know there's a League of Legends penguin. Or was he a shopkeeper in Summoner's Rift? Crap! I need to play League again. It's the only way I'll learn. It's the only way I'll learn what's right. So I got an idle animation set up in here. We're going to create a blend tree. This blend tree is going to blend between our different walking animations. So I'm going to open it up again. And I'm going to try my darndest. 2D, simple, directional. I'm going to try my darndest to figure this out. So I want a float here called move horizontal, capital M, move horizontal. Let's make a new float here called move vertical. And that's move vertical. Okay, let's make a new motion, add a motion field. We're going to add, oh my, there's so many. I need walk. Oh my, there's so many. Basic motions. I don't want crouch walk, I want a good old walk. I want to walk forwards. This is going to be position Y1. And let me back this out real quick and look at this. So here's our walk forwards. He's moving a lot more confidently, I'd like to say, which scares me a little. I'm not used to the peasant being so confident. Look at him strutting his gosh dang stuff. Okay, let's get some more on here. So I want another motion field. This selected child has no motion assigned. Okay, let's give it, where did my walking go? Walk 01. Is that an @ sign? Yeah, that'll help. Walk 01. Okay, let's get a backwards going in here. Root motion? Heckin' no. -1? Cool. So now I should be able to move these to and fro. And I'm setting up basically, this will help blend these animations together, which is friggin' awesome. Homogeneous speed, reset timescale. Velocity XZ. Interesting. Okay, let's add a few more here, because I, thankfully, have all these different directions. Walk 01, let's get, we'll just do right and left. Keep it simple. Oh, look at this. See, the circle's getting bigger and smaller as which one is kind of in the know, being controlled rather. Walk 01, not walk 901, and the left gives me the -1. Means now I've got this full motion. Compute position, speed from angular, speed, position from... Interesting. I wish I knew more about these. Whenever you wish you knew more about something, you know what you should do? You should look up... Oh, look at him! Look at his little hop dance! Oh, it's beautiful. It's animations do funny things when you tab out. There we go. Oh, I like his little dance. There we go. That's a little dance I like as we pull up asking Unity here. Unity. Blend tree. Walk 8 directions. Or move in 8 directions. Hey, Unity, teach me. Blend between two or more similar notions. Yup. Run left, run right. Nice. Using the director. I assume that's direction. You mean to tell me I'm phasing out of existence? The officially licensed dude has to look at the documentation. Yeah, look at the documentation. And even though I am a certified Unity developer, my certification expired in April. That said, I still know my stuff. The officially licensed dude. Actually, I do have an official license. I got a plus license. I ain't crazy. Hey, cool. So this is set up just... Oh, cool. We can put the idle there in the middle. Awesome. Let's do that. Let's get this going. New motion field. Certified is what I meant. Yep. I was certified once. Then the Fire Nation attacked. I want idle 01. Yeah, I can keep my idle animation in here and control it. Hey, little Slick! Real men don't ask for directions. Hey, Slick, it's been so long, man. How are you doing? Slick here's my old roommate, folks. He's a good guy. Miss that guy. Look at me, Ma. I make games now. Let's get forwards right going. I really want to put these at... Hey, somebody, square root of 2 real quick. Square root of 2. If you search square root of 2, it's actually a pain to find. Square root 2 over 2? No thanks, just square root of 2. Last time Slick Chat here it was 12/12 of 2018. Holy crap! You got some nerve showing your face around these parts. Oh, we're glad to have you. Here we go. Uh-oh. Guys, I didn't do my math right. Ugh. This doesn't look right. This looks wrong. It should be like here. What's half of that? Wait, oh, 7 something. I'm trying to not be bad. Surprise, surprise. These are basically the positions on a joystick. Using the half of the square root of 2, I can determine this, which is nice. But now I can swap between these animations based on the position of my control stick. How wild is that? Yeah, wild. What are you up to, Slick? Are you on the road right now? Out and about doing work? Are you back home? Chilling? You too, Around. What are you up to? What do you do? What does the Google demand of you this day?
The Google demands many things, but most of all my time.
And your brains, I assume. I want your sanity mostly. I feel it. That is rough and tumble, my guy. Rough and tumble. Okay, cool. We can now blend between these movements on a stick. However, we're not really using any of them. So we should really get that happen. Let's really get that happen, shall we? Yeah, let's really get that happen. Oh, duh. Okay. If the hypotenuse. Shoot. I'm trying to do math in my head really dumb like. Look at this whole freaking blend tree. Oh, it makes me happy. Alright. Let's set as default layer state. Let's save. Let's not full screen. And let's play. Man, you haven't seen this one, Slick. I should now be able to modify these and get the appropriate animations. Yeah. Check this out. Check it out. Now he's walking sidewise. Look at that boy walking sidewise. Yeah. Walking sidewise like a not gonna say it. Like a dingbat. Okay. Blend tree. Hey. I still don't understand how to use you. 2D freeform directional? 2D simple directional? Don't know what they mean. I didn't test these backwards ones. What do these backwards ones look like? So move vertical, -1. Yeah, you sidestep. Yeah, you sidestep backwards like a boss. Oh, it's gonna be cool to see these transition between one another. But I want to take the idle out of here. Ooh, I can mirror. Holy heck! I can just mirror these animations. That's so nice. I can even change the time scale on these. Can I do to? Shoot. Dang it all, as they say. Dang it all. Because I want these to be full. Oh. I just thought of a way to make this a living nightmare. So I've got my walk animations in here, right? What if I put my run animations in here too? That'd be freaking dumb. That'd be freaking dumb. But I could do it. Let's leave these where they are for now. Let's go back to our base layer. Let's add a state empty. I want at. I'm so glad these are named like this. I don't want walk. I want idle. 01. Closed hands. Well, are we fancy? Guy doesn't have hands. He's not closing nothing. Back to idle. Okay. Oh, that's the. Yep, that's the right idle. Correct. See that backwards. Yeah. See if I can get that moonwalk going. That'd be pretty good. Wait, that's walking forwards and moving backwards. I never was good at things. Okay, here's our boy. We're just gonna get some basic movement going. I'm gonna pull up here's the old character script. It's only 640 lines of code, but we want to really cut that down and do this in a Unity way, which is to be really component focused. Yowza. Gross. I'm doing all the movement here in fixed update with a character controller, which I've been told you shouldn't do. But screw that, because this seems way more efficient, especially when we're setting speeds of things. Yeah. We've got our moving in here. I'm just gonna change these floats, because if I get in here and I move, I can still move, right? How broken is it? The answer? Rather. The answer is rather. Let's set idle as our default state. Hey, Ping, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. How you doing today? Let's set other float in here for move speed. Let's set a condition to go from idle to here as move speed greater than. Cleaned your desk recently. It feels amazing. Not bad. Glad to hear it. Not bad. Molto bene. and less than 0.01, which should be 0 should fit that category. Okay, we've got our boy. Let's open up the console. What am I missing? Blend tree, new state, blend tree, new state. This is going to be our idle. Dog released from the vets from her surgery yesterday, which is great. That's good to hear. How is she doing? Unless her is the pronoun of the doctor or the veterinarian. How's the dog doing, Ping? That's scary stuff. Tired little pain, but overall great. That's good to hear. Glad to hear it. We. Okay, so would have been safe either way. Maybe. Okay. I'm gonna move all this stuff down here so I can actually see them do their do, as it were. We got our player character. We need to hook some things up. I don't have my character script on here, dang it. I'm gonna rename this character script. Character underscore. Actually, no, screw it. I'm just gonna delete this character script. You wanna see something gross? I'm gonna remove just about everything. I'm about to end this man's whole career. Come on, okay, try again. Ooh. So I want to keep some of this. Let's keep these inputs, for example. Pick up item, nah. Interact, let's just gut it. Gut it, gut it, gut it, gut it. We're gutting it. Let's gut it even, nope, we're not gonna gut it even further. I was gonna say we're gonna gut it even further, but we're not gonna gut it even further. I'm just going to gut it. Super hot fire! Man, Slick, do you remember? I don't know how much of a N64 guy you were, but do you remember Extreme Beetle Racing or something like that? It was a race game where you were like Volkswagen Beetles. It was called Beetle Adventure Racing, I think. Yeah, holy crap. This game right here. This might have been the greatest racing game ever invented. And I say that having played Bubsy Kart. It was a bunch of these tracks. They were usually from start to finish. There wasn't laps. Or was there usually laps? Yeah, there was laps. But they were just chock full of shortcuts and secrets you had to figure out. Like this ice bridge here, you had to drive off the road onto a frozen lake to find a hidden cave, and it was just a little bit faster than the normal route. And these beetles were just terrifying. There was this battle mode. I used to look like that. Like it was real good. I still kind of look like that. Yeah, I haven't changed it up too much. Just a really charming game. That's one I wish I could play again. So I've gutted this gosh dang script. End region declarative. Public functions, get out of there. Custom hooks. I don't need these custom hooks right now. I've saved all these scripts so I can find them later. Man, I wish I hadn't just gutted this. Slick, have you seen Peasant? Like in its beauty? Its beauty is right now shambled. But it had beauty once. There was beauty in these lands. Sadly, the well of beauty is dried up. All we're left with is just the moisture of bedhead and tattered clothes. Not tattered, just wrinkled, day old. What is beautiful in this world? Is there beauty? I should really gut so much of this. I really need to pare this down so I can understand what's going on. Okay, let's small these down. We're doing the big gut, guys. We're going to do the big gut. Bam. Yeah, we're doing the biggest gut. I don't want to kill the fixed update. I want to keep the character controller. Don't care about that. Don't care about health. Photon view, don't care about gravity, moving, turning, all that stuff we want. I don't even want to keep the looking here. Yeah, I don't even want to keep the looking. Just moving. Okay. Move horizontal, move vertical, move speed. That's what we want. So I'm going to say set animator float. So we're going to grab a bunch of these. D&D session in a few minutes. Oh, man. Well, thank you so much for stopping in. Hopefully you have a good time. Move speed. Move direction. Magnitude. Hopefully I never have to use that again. Let's set these other ones. My animator. Set float. Move. Horizontal. Adelante. Okay. Move direction. Should be a nice little vector 3. Been fun a couple weeks since I joined. I want to do coding tonight. It's hard to do everything. It's real hard to do it all. Someday I'll be the man who does it all. I'm going to keep these, I'm going to make these clean and put spaces in them and be that guy who's got spaces in his pseudo variable names. Because I can. Human readability. Okay. Player character. Script is broken in how many ways? Ooh, it's broken in lots of ways. Let's see. What scripts are the offenders? It's a lot of these item scripts. Scripts, items. Character. I guess I have to delete all the items. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do here. Scripts. Items. Delete. That's the best way to solve your errors in console. Just delete scripts. HUD scripts, delete. Magic, delete. Scriptable objects, delete. Player name input field, keep. Thanks for stopping in, Ping. Have a good night. Enjoy your D&D sesh. Launcher keep, follower, kill, easings keep, coin kill. Effects, damage numbers. I do love those. Kill them. And character. What else we got in here? Character follower. Kill it. Character input. Keep it. Coin purse. Kill it. Health. Kill it. We are truly getting back to the basics here, and that's what I'm going for. My goal is just to pare this sucker down. I want the character. Don't need state. Turn direction. Wait, why am I adding strafing in different directions? Your character doesn't normally... whatever. Whatever. We'll keep it. Turn direction, yeah. Move, turn, look. Let's get rid of the look. Y speed keep. Slide speed strafing. Don't need them. Might need them. Nah, heck with it. Can move. Let's nix these. Aiming and sliding. I'll get them back when I need them. Move, strafing. Bam, don't need it. Normalizing move direction. Good. We just want to move. I just gotta move. That's all we want here. Static character client. Nix all of this. Get out of there. I pun observable. Screw it. Can move? Hell yeah, we can move. Can turn? I guess. There we go. Walk speed, inventory size. Nah. Okay. We've pared it down. Character input. I'm gonna nix you and give you a player input. So player input's gonna control player input. I'm just gonna copy this this update function over because this has everything we need in it. It's got everything we need in it. Bam. Wham. Okay, we don't want photon input. Why are we storing move input and look input? Do we need to do that? Yeah, it saves time. Joystick controls. Oh, this is smart. I hot swap between joystick controls and that's cool. It's been a while since I've touched this code, and it's kind of nice rediscovering the dumb things you do. Character. Where's this come from? Where's it go? Where's it come from? It's protected up here, yo. Bam, drop it. Let's go up here. We want rewired because we want to be able to control our player. We're calling a lot of things that make me uncomfortable. Like, look. Comment that out. Comment that out. Absolutely everything from here on out. Comment that out. Comment this out. Betterer. Betterer. Oh, hey, Slick. I just realized that they put out a new Trackmania Stadium. And while it's rather hard to get people together to play games, Trackmania Stadium is one of the easiest games to drop into, and it's free on the Epic Games Store. And it's updated from the one we played back in college. It's looking real nice. Real pretty like. It might be good to just drop in and play sometime. You can. Not gonna worry about controller. Trackmania, Slick. Don't name that. Do not bring up that name in this family. We don't talk about Shoot Mania. We definitely don't talk about Quest Mania, the unreleased third part of that trifecta. How cool would it be if they actually came out with Quest Mania? That would make me so happy. It'd be good. Player input. Did I name this wrong? No. Nor it's named correctly. Game manager is looking for things that don't exist for you and me. Here we go. Okay. Is everyone happy? Are you all happy now that I've gutted you? Let's see. Warning. Register undo is obsolete. Weird. Get out of there. I don't need it anymore. Press play, please. I wish to move. I can't. I can't move because I haven't assigned an animator. Animator right there. Player input. Put her there. My character right there. It's like we know what's going on. Where's my move speed here? Try again. Hit play. Oh my gosh. It's working. Look at that. I do a little twinkle toes. Oh, you gotta see this full screen. Alright, check it. I'm walking left, up. I'm walking forwards. I'm walking backwards. Yeah, we walking. The transition to idle is pretty crappy. I'm walking to the right. I transition forwards. That looks so good. And then transition to back. You do swap direction of your body, but let me walk back. And if I get halfway between these two, I start doing a little foot shimmy. All about that foot shimmy. I can do a foot shimmy this way too. Which, that's not too incredibly inaccurate, but this is good. This is good. Oh, I love it. I love when I can blend between these. This is just walking, and we're definitely walking too fast. Huh. There's a lot of things I haven't decided with this game. Blend tree. I'm going to call this run blend. And we're going to change this into doing the running animations instead. Basic motion at run one forwards. At run. This is our backwards. At run. It's our right. Thank goodness it gives you the option between root motion and not, because I don't want these guys moving on their own. Okay, where are we at? This is forward and right. Forwards right. And this is forwards left. Now have back and left. And back and right. What are you playing these days, Slick? Are you still keeping up with Don't Starve? Look at that goofy run! Oh my gosh! He sways so much! Oh gosh, the transition between down right and right is a little hard to look at. But that's okay. You know, people are gonna be doing this too often, but we got our running going. Nice, nice. Man, I love it. I love it. Let's get some direction going. By that I mean let's get some of the code I ripped out back in here. I'm gonna do it by hand instead of trying to look at the old one. But let's get a strafe input going here. Got move input. I want a bool strafe input. Just a boolean that we throw in here. And basically what we're doing right now is just strafing wholesale. I don't need to store a strafe input here. I need to store it over here. Public void strafe bool value. There's better ways to do this. Move input. Strafe input. There's better ways to do this. Bool strafe is strafing. Yeah, it looks like I turned the move speed into some sort of undercover constant float here, which not sure why. I must have been really happy with that value. For some reason. I'm going to bump this up to 8. I want our characters moving a little bit faster. I do miss Trackmania. I've been playing a Canyon on and off occasionally, just because there's something about Trackmania you can't get anywhere else. And this new one it works really well with online play with like parties and stuff. They've got a mode where you can't reset. You get like 3 chances around the track, and everyone goes at the same time, so you can actually race with people instead of, you know, their ghosts are way ahead of you or way behind you, but they could still be going faster than you. I always hated that. Okay, move speed. You're bopping up here. Move direction times move d. There's time delta time. Nice. Looks good to me. Strafe input. Okay, so turning. Transform rotation equals rotate towards turn direction. Okay, we just haven't set turn direction. Is strafing equals value. Okay, so if we're strafing, actually, if we're not strafing, if not is strafing and move direction does not equal vector 3, 0. Actually, here's something fun I've been doing lately. When I'm giving move input, I'm accepting as a vector 2 because never mind. Perfect. Turn direction equals move direction. Cool. Okay. So this will set our turn direction whenever we're not strafing, and we'll turn towards it. It should. We'll see if it does. Strafing. Here we go. Strafe, my character, strafe input equals get button strafe. Cool. Easy. Cool, cool, cool. Let's hop in. Oh no. Oh no. Our camera is attached to our player and is rotating with the player. This cannot be. Let's run around. Doing some funny body stuff there, guy. So what's our issue here? When we're setting horizontal and vertical, we aren't rotating them to match our current rotation. So to rotate a vector, you multiply quaternion by a vector. Here's a fun little tip and trick for you. Transform dot rotation times move direction. I want a vector 3 world move direction equals this. I have a world move direction, which I'm going to tag in instead of this move direction. Okay, so now our strafing should line up with the world and not relative to the character. Nope, he's still doing weird things. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Brother. Transform rotation equals rotate towards transform rotation equals look at turn direction, turn speed times time delta time. I'm multiplying a vector by a thing. It's not rotating it. Why isn't thou rotated? Debug. Log. Here's a new trick I learned. A $sign string. Local move direction world move direction. You can just plop things into curly braces like this and it'll print it out. Pretty cool, huh? Cool kid on the block. Someday. Reference script on this behavior is missing. Well, screw you. I need to read these. Okay. So they are currently matching, which is looks good. I'm gonna look straight to the left. Okay, I'm moving backwards. It says I'm moving forwards. So local says I'm moving left, and world says I'm moving down. And it is playing the down animation. In fact, when I strafe looking down, it works correctly. It's just reversed when I'm facing left or right. Okay, here's an interesting rotation problem. You kind of slide at some of these angles. That's kind of funny. It's the animation trying to figure itself out. Yeah, so we're losing it when we face left or right. It's playing the opposite of what I want. Huh. Our world direction horizontal is wrong. It's just flipped. Now, why would that be? If I'm pressing right, hold up. If I'm left and right are still working properly, whether I'm facing up or down. It's not the X that is wrong. Both are reversed. In fact, it's pointing away from the correct direction when I turn left or right. What kind of black magic is going on here? It could be white magic. Frankly, it's just bad magic. Something magical is going on in this code, and it's not the kind I like. I prefer code to be non-magical, to be honest. Just simple code. Simple code. Applying the rotation times move direction. When I'm facing to the left. Why is this so difficult? I'm accepting the X and the Z values. What in the gosh dang heck is going on? So if I turn to the left and I start strafing, it says -1, world says 1, world says -1, world says -1, 1. Actually, we're getting some weirdness even when I'm not strafing, when I'm facing left or right here. I think we're double rotating is what's happening. What in the world? I need move direction in reference to current direction. Could this look at help me at all? I don't think so. Darn. This is my least favorite type of stream. Zach sits and struggles with something for a while. We've got the 8 directional movement in, which is awesome. So much easier than I expected. The trick is, why is this double rotating? Something is being turned. And I'm trying to turn it again. But when I take away world move direction, it's not turned at all. I need to turn it half of that, basically. I need to unturn it, perhaps. Can one unturn something? No, you cannot divide a quaternion by a vector 3. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Why don't we just do this? We're going to transform a direction from local to world space. We're going to try this now. Instead of multiplying by rotation, just transforming a vector. Game starts, hold shift. Looks good to me. Let go of shift, run in any direction. We are over rotating again. Same issues. Why is it over rotating? Maybe I need to turn this world direction. Inverse transform direction from world space to local. Yeah, this is what I think I have to do. Was already rotating once incorrectly. Let's unrotate it. Yeah, we're running forwards. And if I strafe, I can now strafe correctly in any direction. Yep. I love watching the character's head whip around when you do a quick turn. Whoop! Like a ballerina. Whoop! Okay, we've got the new animation working here. Now let's run in slow-mo real quick. Oh, I disabled the slow-mo. I love putting in little hacky little inputs here. See? What? Trying to figure out why the stream was so quiet and I realized it was my autosaves for the browser. Turning me down, friend. I don't appreciate it. But that's okay, because I love you. Alright. Can actually kind of hear me. Awesome! We are doing some run animation here. I need to figure out how fast this character should be moving relative to their run speed. Right now they're moving too quickly. But we just got this animation working, and I'm really happy about that. Let's try 6. That looks a lot better. Monster Cat for music. DMCA. Way to play was super loud. Gotcha. Good old Monster Cat. Monster Cat introduced me to electronic music. They're good people. They also have really nice tracks on Beat Saber. I'm gonna make move speed down to 5. I think this is the intended move speed. It's so slow. So Zeta slow. I'm still moving too fast. My feet are sliding forwards each step. Tangerang. Okay, let's make this to 4. Move even slower. Do my feet stutter when they step? That's the question. I swear they're still moving forwards. I swear it. Watch as I move in slow motion and try and watch very carefully on my feet. Riveting. I think we're good. I think this is a good speed. This is way too slow for the game. But it's something. Okay, let's make another blend here. What's wild is I can take this blend and I can make a blend out of a blend, right? I think I can do that. Yeah, new blend tree. Yikes. I can make another blend tree inside of this blend tree and really just ugh. I kind of want to blend together the walking animations and the running animations. It's a rabbit hole. Yup. How deep should it go? I'd love to blend the walk and the run, but I think I'm going to leave that for another day. I am going to make a walk blend though. Why not? Because it's a bad idea. I know. I know it's a bad idea. Okay, run blend. This is looking pretty good. It's greater than 0. Set of blend tree, set of animation graphs, set of blend trees, set of animation graphs, set of animation graphs. No! No! It's not true! Ben told me about my father. He told me you killed him. Okay, less than 0.01. He told me about blend graphs. Okay, here's a cool little trick I learned. So, I want move speed greater than 0. Up here, run blend. I'm gonna not exit time. I want move speed greater than 0.5. Down here, run blend. Not move horizontal. Dang it. Move speed less than 0.5. So this is how we transition between walking and running. And here's a cool trick. If I want to go from running or from running to idle or idle to running, I have to go through walking at this point, which means there's going to be a dedicated time where this walking animation is playing. Specifically, the transition duration is 0.25, which means there has to be at least 0.25 of walking before I stop moving. But even if I've let go of the stick, my character doesn't move, they're going to walk in place for a quarter of a second, then stop. That's gross. If I'm going from idle to run or run to idle, I could make some transitions in between them, like this. But that's kind of messy. There's another way. I can allow an interrupt source. I can allow interrupting so that I can switch between things. And I can skip animations if I need to. Now I need to remember what current state and I gotta remember what these do. Need to remember which order these go in, but let's try this real quick and just watch the graph. So here, my goal is to skip this walk. So see the walk step is filling up for a quarter of a second. It's still happening. In fact, you can see it on my character where he runs in place for a second before he stops moving. And he stutters when he starts running. No, we can't have that. Instead, I'm going to take these transitions and change their interruption source to next state. That means they can be interrupted by the next state. So now if I start running, please work. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're getting some jank here. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're getting some weirdness. Okay, idle. What's going on? Greater than 0.01, less than 0.01. What in the world? Move speed 0.5, 0.5. Lots of pause you can do here. Yeah. Go through walking if you accelerate slowly or quickly turn goes straight to from run. Yeah. There's almost a whole discipline to be done here. I'm getting an interesting issue here where walk and idle are switching between each other rapidly. I'm not sure why. Current state. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Next state, please. Apparently I didn't set all of these. When you select multiple transitions, it only edits the latest one. So now, if I run around, I can go straight back to idle from running. I skip it, even though there's no transition in between. I can walk, speed up, I can start running. Yeah, pretty sick. Let's get this walk blend figured out. And by that I mean painstakingly replace all these animations to the ones that they were originally. Walk 01. I want forwards. This is walk 01. I want backwards. I started watching Community lately. That's a thing. It's been surprisingly good. It really has to grow on you a bit before it gets good. But it's been an enjoyable show. I'm glad it's on Netflix because now I can watch things because Zach has Netflix and that's it. He's with the in crowd. Anyways, that's unrelated to this. Just throwing it out there. If you watch Parks and Recs, how would you compare them? Parks and Recs is the best. You can't beat Parks and Recs. Like, the big part of Community is it's very meta. It's very making fun of shows like Parks and Recs. At the same time, it's trying to be a show like Parks and Recs. It's a little conflicted, but that sometimes brings about its best moments. Where Parks and Recs is just it's the best. It's the best. All-time favorite show, I'd say. Is that true? Maybe. Don't know. Alright. I'm going to attempt to walk. I'm walking. I think I'm going to change this till it's 0.9. So like you've got to max out the walk. You got to max out the walk. Greater than 0. Yeah. I'm really enjoying Community for what it's worth though, and when the meta moments hit, they hit well. It's very hard to tell how fast this walk is, but I think it's painfully slow. Let's maximize this and do a little check C here. Painfully slow walk cycles. It's 0.2. Wowzers. It's a fifth of what we're moving. How fast are we moving? 5. Huh. I would put Parks and Recs above The Office, though. That's for sure. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp these speed values to have a walk speed and a run speed. That's a 5. That's 0.2 of 5 is 1. Maybe it'd be kind of funny. Either of you, or rather, is anybody watching familiar with Assassin's Creed, the old multiplayer, where you disguised yourself as a civilian? There's like multiple assassins with certain targets, and your job is to blend in with the crowd until you spot who you're supposed to assassinate, and then try and get away with assassinating them. I can't remember which Assassin's Creed that was. I want to say it was one of the Assassin's Creed 2 trilogy. I've never played it. It seems like a lot of fun. I've been playing Watch Dogs. Rather, I just played through Watch Dogs 1 and 2, and their invasions are very similar to that. You just try and look like a passersby. A single passersby, if you will. A passerby, if you will. If you will. I'm going to lock down these speeds to be running or gnaw, and I'm going to change move speed into is running. Yeah. Move input. Move input. I'm just going to straight up normalize this sucker and then use its magnitude to put bull is running. Is running. Cool. So what will our run threshold be? It'll be 0.5. Who am I kidding? It's 0.5. Float. I'm going to store the magnitude here. Actually, I'm going to store the square magnitude here because it's cheaper. I'm not going to store square magnitude. Square magnitude is already cheaper than magnitude. When you're working with directions and you want to know how long a direction is, might I recommend that I'm losing it slowly. That you work with a square magnitude instead of the magnitude. To get the magnitude, you need Pythagoras' theorem, which means you need to do a square root, which computers don't like. However, if you could take the square magnitude, which is just the step before the square root of Pythagoras' theorem, you can save the computer some trouble. All you have to do is then compare it against whatever you want to compare the magnitude against squared. What's nice here is I was comparing against 1, so 1 squared is 1. But now I want to get... I'm an idiot. What's 0.5 squared? Half of a half. It's a quarter. It's a quarter, dang it. It's a quarter, dang it. Const float run threshold equals 0.25 and leave myself a note because I'm an idiot. 0.5 squared. Okay, so our move direction I'm just going to always normalize that sucker, but we're going to say it's above the run threshold. In fact, I'm going to do this input normalized. Nice, save ourselves some time. I don't even need an if statement here. Move direction is running equals move direction square magnitude greater than run threshold. Nice. Is running. Boom. Bazinga. In fact, we don't have to update these floats every frame either. We just have to do these inside the input function here. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Wow. Zach is real being good at this. Set bool is running to is running. Cool. I've been watching Magic for Humans on Netflix lately as well, and that's been really charming. I'm going to save it like this. I might want to access is running elsewhere. Magic for Humans. Okay. Wow, I had such a convoluted way of calculating turn direction before. Now this is just a lifesaver. Sheesh. I was a fool. I was a dumb brain. Is running. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna say, I need is moving. Crap. I need is moving. How do I want to do this? I want to send as little information as possible. So I'm going to have is moving. Is moving. Yeah. Here we go. So, dang it. What am I doing? Move direction. Moving. Is moving equals move direction does not equal vector 3, 0. Cool. That means we're moving at all. Let's set the bool is moving to is moving. Quaint. But yeah, what have you guys been playing lately? You've been I've had quite a few days where I've just been too busy to do anything, which is depressing, but that's kind of life, I assume. Okay, we're going to change these conditions here. Idle is moving true, moves up here. Is moving false, moves down here. Running is running true. Is running false. Okay. And hey, if you're not moving, you can't be running. How can you? So these should care for themselves. And we've still got skipping things. Is running, is running, is moving, is moving. Let's try it. Well, I'm running or nah, it seems. Running or nah. Let's press play, see what we got. Hey, give me that player character. Yep, I'm running or nah, it seems. Running or nah, it seems. Running or nah, it seems. So move direction square magnitude greater than run threshold. Run threshold is 0.25. Is running, is moving, is moving. I'm gonna make myself a cute little thing here called float move speed. move speed. When we get this, if is running, return run speed. Legal all, no problem. Take your time, take your time. I understand that grind. That was me once. I was once like you. Darker days. Nah, those were good days. I say darker days. I mean deluxe. I was all about that light. Well, it seems I can run. But these are both getting set. Move direction, square magnitude greater than run threshold. Okay. Debug log, talk to me. What the frick is wrong here? Move. I'm just going to do A and B because I am sick and tired of how the world's been treating me lately. Okay, console's open. What do we got? Oh, it's normalized. Gosh dang it. I can't normalize the move direction and then expect to access how long it is. Normalizing it makes it equal to 1. Dang it. Okay, here we go. Let's walk and run, shall we? It's still getting normalized. Still getting normalized. I'm checking move direction. I should be checking input, input, input. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I can walk, and man, do I go. And I can run. And I can walk if I slow down. Cool. Okay, walk speed. Too much. 5 and 1. We have a real slow walk. Is that too slow? Is there such a thing? Let's be honest. Do my feet slide backwards? Please tell me they do. They do. They slide backwards. Too slow. I love the smell of too slow in the morning. Means I get to speed things up. Watch from behind. Too fast. Too fast. Too slow. What do you want to know? That looks pretty good to me. Perfect. Check the run. Am I sliding forwards or backwards at all? Sliding forwards. Too fast. What I can do is just adjust these. Too fast. 4.5. There we go. That's a handsome looking run right there. So, I think I'm still moving forwards. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm trying to match these up to the animations. It doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want later. Look at our little guy running around. Oh, I'm proud of him. Here you go. Yeah, that looks flawless. Okay, here's our little guy with. He can walk and he can run. I need to check magnitude on here. to make sure this value I'm putting in is actually appropriate. Maybe I don't understand magnitude. Surprise, surprise. Nope, I understand magnitude pretty well. I like having walking in games. Makes me happy. Even though you'll never do it. You'll never do it. Maybe I could make a reason. Make something gameplay dependent. Accuracy or something. No, I hate that. I love Team Fortress 2, where no matter how fast I'm moving, my shots always go towards the cursor. And there's no such thing as headshots unless you're an ambassador spy from the sniper. Man, I miss body shot focused gameplay. I just watched a really cool documentary, a video essay about headshots. I gotta remember that guy's name. And why headshots are a thing. Because in reality, body shots are perhaps more reliable and more lethal. They're not more lethal, they're just more reliable when it comes to trying to end somebody's life. Anyways, I'm looking for excuses to bring back Team Fortress 2 bullet physics. Because I miss that. Oh, hey, Slick! Remember modular combat? Remember that thing? 1, it's an official game on Steam now. 2, it's still bad. And I wish those developers listened to me. What game design sense I had back then, they did not. Still, they made the mod in source, which is wild, so I gotta give them credit. I'm basically making that here, but medieval, and not a first-person shooter. A top-down, weapon-swinging kind of fun time. Modular combat. That's my goal, at least. I need to see how these layers work, because I don't understand them. Unity. Animator. Controller. Layers. What? This is how you, animation layers is how you do things in games where, like, you split up the top of the torso from the legs. I wonder if my animations would work with that. Ooh, that's nice. What? How do they use these? But yeah, I'm still really passionate about the ideas for modular combat, having a limited set of customized tools. Actually, Hyper Squad probably does modular combat well, for what it's worth. That new Battle Royale by Ubisoft, of all people. It looks really fun. Hyperscape, you know the one. But it's got that mod combat feel where it's like more fun in a group. Always, always. I'd be. Watch your words, Zach. You don't like MOBAs. They scare you. Don't you dare promise that you'd be willing to play it sometime. I might be willing to play it sometime. If there's a day or something or a weekend when we could find some time, I'd give it a go. If not just to experience it. We should try that sometime. That'd be kind of cool. I've been investing a lot more in really short play session games. And you know that's always been my thing, but I'm talking 5 minutes sort of stuff. Just because when I've got friends over, I'm hosting parties, that's like the time I have. It's kind of sad. That and single player stuff. I think I've played almost half of Ubisoft's catalog now. I am playing through Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Oh, which by the way, Watch Dogs 2 is free right now through Ubisoft's silly launcher. You play? I strongly recommend it. Watch Dogs 2 is surprisingly immersive and fun. And right now, there's going to be a ton of players for the asymmetrical multiplayer. There's no game like it where you're running around an open world and then another player running around in their single player open world gets 5 stars with the police and the SWAT team's out to get him, and then the SWAT team calls you from their game and says, "Hey, help us take this guy down." And then you are sharing the same world then. It's nuts. That instancing is wild. But you're just seamlessly playing with other people. And then you're not, and then you are, and then when you need them, they're there. And but yeah, actually, there's a good idea. If either of you guys want to play some Watch Dogs 2 sometime, it's free on Uplay right now. I strongly recommend it. It's got co-op, and it's a fun game. It's stealth. It's modern kind of Assassin's Creed, basically. But it's stealth and tech-focused gadgets and hacking, and it's a lot of fun. I could go for playing that with people. But I can go for playing anything with people when I have time. Which is not too often these days. Let's see, what else is fun and new? One of my clients got me a Quest headset to do some development on for them. And I've been trying Half-Life Alyx, which is it's probably the greatest VR game I've ever played. There's just nothing like it. The closest thing I think is Fallout 4 VR. You got an overarching story and cool gun mechanics, but nothing stands up to Valve when they put their mind to something, which they do every 20 years. They did well. It's been really enjoyable. I hope they never come out with a first-person version, because you really you can't be experienced without your hands. Just all the weird stuff they do. That said, I don't want to limit people from having experiences, but if it can push a good technology forwards, I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. Weird stuff. Anyways, I can develop VR games. We'll have to do something like that sometime. I want to develop a really crappy party game where there's a player in VR who can just mess with all the players. That would be fun. Because the biggest issue with VR is when somebody's in VR, it's boring as what for everybody else sitting outside the headset. Because you're not going to have a group of friends with a bunch of headsets. I would never buy one for myself. I didn't buy this one. It's a gift from a client. But there's so much you can do with games with VR that we're just not doing. Asymmetric gameplay is super fun to experiment with. It sure is. We need more of it. I love the 3v1 mini games in Mario Party just because they're so eclectic and weird. It's fun seeing how the Nintendo developers decide to balance those things. Like there was like a kayak and canoe one where the one player was in a kayak and the 3 players were in a canoe, and the kayak player could go faster, but the 3 canoe players, if they all paddled together, would be a little bit faster than the kayaking player. It was a race. Like, that's wild. How do you balance that stuff? You're balancing a single player skill versus the coordination or combined skill, or both, of 3 players. Like, holy crap. What was it? Slick, we played a mod back in the day. I think it was called Empires. It was a Half-Life 2 mod where one player played a real-time strategy game like StarCraft, and everyone else was the soldiers that player made, basically. And you would create vehicles and build buildings, and then the actual other players would hop in the buildings. So there's asymmetric co-op. There was another game I saw. Let's see. I thought about quite a few, and investing most of my time into a single player, but might spill up the idea for Guilds if I'm bored. Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun. I say even if there's something simple you can do, go for it. Do something silly and goofy. But man, time is the real limiting factor. Games take so long to make. That's why I'm cutting out nearly everything I've done for this game so far so I can make a prototype to play with people. Because it just needs to be simplified. And I need animations that run off of parameters and not strings. Man, he swings his arm so confidently. Round around, I have to blend between walk and run. I have to, or else the legs will swap in between animations. It's the only way. Also, I have to kill the transition time. Dang. I need to make a dead threshold for the player input. A dead zone for the sticks, which is going to be like you shouldn't have to open calculator to do this, Zach. You were smarter. You know what that is? It's 0.0625. Dang it. Bam. Dead zone. Call that stick dead zone. If move input square magnitude is greater than the stick dead zone, send the move input. There we go. Because I was having some weird issues with, uh-oh, I can't stop. I can't stop this running anymore. I've forgotten what I'm running for. Crap! He's not even good at remembering songs. What is this streamer even good at? Okay, so I want this stick dead zone actually appear in character. Run threshold. I want to move threshold. Move threshold. Speaking of threshold, I think Half-Life Alyx is pretty good, but Control has to be my favorite game right now. If you want to play something wild on stream sometime, Slick, pick up Remedy's Control. Holy crap. That or Prey. Prey or Control. Control has got to be my most favorite game right now. It's very I think you'd enjoy the content. It's kind of what do you call it? Cthulhu-esque. It's kind of shoot. There's a name for that. It's all about conspiracy and eldritch horrors and that sort of stuff, but in a really grounded 80s sci-fi kind of way. It's super charming. The gameplay is incredible. The characters in the story really get you. But yeah, I'd recommend that to absolutely anybody. Move threshold. I need you. I need you. Kind of like SCP. Yeah, it's so much like SCP. Yeah. Lovecraftian. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you, Market Tomato. By the way, good to see you. It's been a while. Yeah, it's very SCP. Like they've got objects with code names and that do abnormal things, and it's really, really good. It's really, really good. Okay, square magnitude greater than move threshold. Yeah, Lovecraftian, SCP, third person, ray tracing. Is that a Knopflet? Twitch was banned at work. I see. Hey, Knopflet, thank you so much for joining in. We're working on some peasant here. Good to see you. BD! Hey! Good to see you, basement dweller. How are you doing? I saw updates for the Kickstarter. My condolences, first of all. Not too much Knopflet. I'm stripping down Peasant to try and make a multiplayer experience that I can send out sooner than developing the whole game. I'm making a vertical slice. And I'm redoing the walking and running stuff right now. I can't put this behind an if statement like this. That is goofy. No, blah. If input square magnitude greater than or less than move threshold, greater than or equal, then input equals vector 3, 0. There. Releasing another update, new NPC New World. That's good to hear, BD. Here we go. Okay, we've got our run. We've got our walk. I really got to update the threshold for run. I'm gonna do 0.85. See, I didn't know that one by heart. Kickstarter failed for time crackers will never stop. Find a pace that works for you, man. I think you can still do a lot with that idea. Okay, so now we got walking. Maybe walking would be good for like hunting and stuff. Run. And we've got strafing. Run. Okay, cool. Let's try the keyboard controls. That's good to do. Nice. Gotta turn down that turn speed a little bit, I think. I feel like his neck's moving when I turn like that, which is kind of cool. Oh my. Oh my. That hurts. That hurts. What are you working on, Knopflet? Good to see you as always. I think I'm gonna go a little later today. Just because I'm on a roll here. And y'all are popping in late for some reason. I mean, it's only, what? It's only 8 p.m. East Coast? For most of you? It's 9 p.m. over here. I gotta wake up early tomorrow. In 12 hours, somebody is coming to my house to do a health exam. Weird stuff. I was talking to a lady on the phone, and I'm like, should I come to you? Do I go to somewhere? She's like, nah. We can meet you at your this. We can meet you at your place. A little weird, but hey. Isn't that how doctors used to work? They'd just go to people's houses. I guess if you're in a small town and you didn't have a clinic. Yeah, interesting. Okay, I'm happy with this so far. I'm gonna turn that turn speed down, I think. Turn speed 720. 720. Entertainment 720. Alright, 540. he totally turns his head to match which way he's walking. Would you turn your head first, or would you turn your head second if you were changing directions? I have run into walls turning my head second. But I like this. Head turns first, body follows. Makes sense. How hard would that be to be? I could swap the animation instead of move direction, make it turn direction. Let's try that real quick. That'll be kind of funny. Turn direction, move direction, save. Let's see if this changes it. Let's see what this does. Thinking mountain biking, motorcycling, look where you want to go. Surprisingly, this hasn't actually changed anything. Except now I turn all the way around when I press the direction, which I don't want. Alright, these peasants though, they're not very they're not very intelligent. I want you're only turning if you're moving. If is moving. This is kind of fun. Oh shoot, this makes things easier. Yeah, if strafing is moving. Cool. So now I can just turn slightly instead of turning all the way around. I like how that feels. It gets kind of weird when you go fast though. Nah, let's kick that back up to entertainment 720. Okay. Man, I see videos of people doing wild stuff on mountain bikes. You know, the guys on the tracks that are just... Look at me turn my head around if I move too fast. My head catches up to the body. That's a weird little side effect of these animations. But I like it. I like it. I like turning just a little bit when you move just a little bit. Almost like you can position yourself however you want. Cool. I love watching those butt clenching videos of bikers on really thin trails and jumps and peaks and stuff. That's wild. Because I would never try it myself and my insurance would go up if I did. They asked me today if I did any extreme sports. I told them no. I sit at a computer all day. What? Huh. What? What? 24-hour life insurance policies? That's terrifying. Covers worldwide. Coding's a pretty extreme sport. I like that. I'm looking up this Life by Spot, and it's insurance marketed towards people with more adventurous lifestyles. That's actually really smart. I wonder what the premiums would be though. If you live a dangerous enough life or you've got enough health conditions, you can't get insurance to begin with. It's encouraging to see stuff like this offering it, though I wonder what the payment would be. All right, we're putting stuff together here. Yeah, a little elbow. These are smart models. Okay, let's get something else in here while we're at it. 34 a month. Huh. Mountain biking, hiking, climbing, few other insurers. Interesting. You can only really get insurance if you don't need insurance. That's the unfortunate truth. That's the scary thing. I've been talking. I took a finance class recently, and I've been talking with insurance agencies, and it's like 25 depends on the state. Interesting, interesting. And worldwide coverage, which means if you travel, you're covered. That's nuts. The scary thing about insurance is as soon as you need it, you can't get it anymore. It's totally just betting against yourself to have insurance. It's almost peace of mind before anything else. But if it ever becomes necessary, it'll be a lifesaver. But my wife and I have been talking about life insurance and disability insurance, and I'm in talks with that sort of stuff right now. It's a wild game. Hmm. All right. So I want to get um I want to get some basic attack animations in here. I need to play around with layers though. I'm gonna make a sword layer in here. I'm gonna sync it. Source base layer, nice. Mask, avatar mask, avatar character, avatar the last character. Let's see if Kevin Iglesias offers me any masks. Insurance normally takes forever to pay doctors and stuff. Then it's fully covered by insurance, but they don't actually get paid till like a year after the procedure. Whoa. I hope the insurance assures that they'll get that stuff, but yikes, that's wild. Oh yeah, they're sitting. I love that. I love that they're sitting. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to handle this on my own. Sword. What does the S mean? Can I do spear? Oh, it means sink. Can even do IK pass. It must be pretty hard to get started in that business. Yeah, you've got to have money up front to last uh, while you're waiting on other things to come in, I assume. Sword. Weapon, sword, idol. Oh, these are mine. Hey, Kevin, where are your sword stuff? Melee warrior. At Mel. Where do you hide your animations? Kevin Iglesias. Animations. What do you call these? Mace, spear, two-handed. I guess this is a two-handed. Yes, it's two-handed. That's what this is. It's two-handed. Oh, it's called. It's named by pack. I'm an idiot trying to get through here. Why don't we do? Oh, there's sprinting. Shoot. Didn't know there was sprinting to play with here. Here, let's get rid of these layers. Let's add sprinting in. Using off-the-shelf character controller or rolling your own. I've got Unity's character controller on here, it's the character controller component. As far as the code's concerned, I'm writing it myself for controlling it, controlling the controller. What a pain. So I'm doing that on my own. I just want to have a lot of fine-tuned control of this. I'm going to copy and paste this run blend, or duplicate it rather, and make me a sprint blend and see what that looks like. Because we might have 3 levels here. Walk, run, and sprint arena. How cool arena would that be? Sprint blend. Okay, let's set this up. Basic motion at sprint. Yikes, sprint forwards. Sprint. There is no sprint backwards. Yo. Yo. What's the new mono behavior pun? Where do you see mono behavior pun? Making a joke. Are you joking on me right now? Mono behavior pun is oh, you see it up here. Mono behavior pun, it interprets from photon pun. It allows me to add photon views and I can sync stuff over a network. Yeah. I was half expecting you to come up with a joke there, Market Tomato. I'm sorry, I doubted. I'm gonna get rid of these backwards ones because you can only sprint forwards. Gosh dang it. Forwards, right, left. This is sprint, forward right, and sprint forward left. Yeah, let's see if I can mess with this. Parameters, I'm gonna have to make these into an enumeration, I think. But for now, is running, is sprinting. Yeah, this has gotta be an enumeration. Move threshold, run threshold, sprint threshold. In fact, I'm just gonna ignore the run threshold. Okay, moving. Running is sprinting. Sprint threshold. Is that what I called it here? I still need it. Bool is sprinting. Beautiful. Make a transition. We want no exit time. We want interruption source next. And we want is sprinting true. No exit time. Interruption source next. Is sprinting false. Cool. Here is our tower of movement, all perfectly spaced. And there is no backwards for this, so oof. Sprinting should override running. Let's try sprinting. Lean forward. I like that. Let's get a sprinting speed. Move speed. If is running, else if is sprinting. This will be a switch statement. At some point, run speed, walk speed, reorder these speeds. Let's try a 7 for sprint speed. What I could do is make running forwards and backwards different speeds. Team Fortress 2 does that, and it does it to great effect. If is sprinting, else if is running. Okay, let's mess with some sprint speed here. Clear character. Sprint speed, we'll start you off at a smooth 6. Calling things smooth is one of my favorite things to do. Did I get it first try? Hard to say. I think I got it first try. There's sprinting. You can sprint just a little bit left and right. You can sprint straight right. I think I'm going to replace run with this and basically say if you're running forwards, it'll be the sprinting, which will be even faster than running. If you want backwards, you run backwards, which is slower. Yeah, I'm just adding features based on the animations I find right now, and that's not a good way to make games, guys. Yikes. Let's make an enum here. Do I have a namespace? Nope, because I'm not smart. Let's call this move speed type. So move type, we're going to have walk, run, sprint. Move speed type. And we get move speed. This will be very important. I want a new move speed type. Not confusing at all. Switch with move speed type. Case of walking. Break. Not even break, we want to return walk speed. Did evolve into case of run. Sprint. Sprint speed. Run speed. Okay. Default. Return 0. Nice. If for some reason you can't move, I've screwed up switch statement. How about that? Okay. Move speed type. We'll just set these like so. So I'm going to change these bools into one int called move speed type. Can I do anything simpler? A boolean is simpler. And I'm going to add this. I'm not going to add the gosh dang space. I'm going to keep it lowercase. I'm changing things up. What am I doing? I'm breaking things. I'm breaking things in the past, in the future. Who gave me this time control? What if they rot? So now I can use this int to quickly control what our movement type looks like. So, move speed type. Can I do fun switch cases? That doesn't mean anything. If square magnitude greater than or equal sprint, we're sprinting. Else, another else, which doesn't make sense right now. Is that legal? Two else's? No. Good. It shouldn't be. Bam. Look at all that code I did unsaved. Is moving is now an issue. Shoot, I do need to update these. So I need an idle. Idle, walk, run, sprint. This does work. Interesting. Is moving. I'm gonna make this a fancy bool. Bool is moving. Get return move speed type. It's not equal. Idle. Nice. I love doing things like this, little functions that return simple things. They make me happy. I don't know about you. Okay, move speed type. My animator set int move speed type. Keep it the same name, you ding dong. I do have a move threshold, right? Yeah. Threshold. There's gotta be a switch statement I can use here somehow. Some way, somehow. Actually, no. I don't need to do this way. Watch freaking this. Move direction was input normalized. Move speed. Move square speed. What am I doing? I'm trying to set these based on. I'm switching move speed type. Am I a fool? I think I'm a fool. Returns a float. Okay, we can. Here's this is ugly. You want to see something ugly? So move speed is this property, private property. I don't think that's the thing. That switches move speed type and enum to return what my speed is. These are values walk, run, and sprint that I set in the inspector or 0. I'm gonna set move speed and not and just set the enum is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to set the integer and set move speed type. Move speed type. I'll put idle here for now. This integer, I'm going to pass in the enum. Because I can cast an enum to an int. Aha! I can do dumb stuff. Welcome to Zach Fierce Guy on Twitch. He can do dumb stuff. There's no one to stop him from doing dumb stuff. This is what you're here for, chat. You're here to stop me from doing dumb stuff. And yet, away I go. Just doing the dumbest of stuff. You gotta stop me, chat. We're gonna switch the value. Case value less than 0. Break. Pretend like we're actually watching or something. Dang! Where did I learn coding from? Thanks for asking, Bam. I have a computer science degree from the University of Akron, but I'm mostly self-taught, especially when it comes to C#. Akron taught me Java, which, suffice to say, I don't use at all. So when it comes to coding, I'm mostly self-taught. And especially when it comes to coding in Unity, definitely self-taught. And I'm trying to teach myself Unreal right now, and it is a nightmare. I hate it. To be more specific. Where do you learn C# from? Good question. High five, self-taught. Hey, thanks for the bops, Knopflet. Consider yourself stopped. Stopped or bopped, two different things. Let's see. Learning C#, a lot of it was transitioning from Java, which is a very similar structured language. In fact, most of what I've written here will compile and work in Java. Maybe not these properties here. C# is just Java, but better. C# is Java plus some of the good stuff from C++, but not all of the good stuff. So learning Java and transitioning to C# was just learning some new tricks and new rules. It was very simple. But that was from 4 years of Java training, which was a nightmare, and I hope to never touch Java again. Or JavaScript, which I know is different, but I don't want to touch it. Bad memories. If value is greater than or equal to our sprint threshold, then we will sprint. But what if it's greater than our run threshold? Only the best from C++ gets naughty, does a nightmare problems for others. Yeah. That's the beauty. I love arguing what's better, C# or C++, because my answer is always both. They both have different applications and work wonderfully when they're needed. Move threshold. Anywhere I can start to learn C#, that's tricky. That's very tricky. I'm not sure I've got a good reference for you. I will send you to some C# tutorials. I can do that for you. And if you're interested in game development, BAM, these will be especially useful. But good resources, but also doing maybe a boot camp. Yeah, Unity's resources, the official resources and their Learn are wonderful. Here's one that I strongly recommend, Cat-like coding. I use Cat-like coding for a lot of fancy stuff. Let me find Unity's Learn portal here. Yeah, so here's Unity's. This is the portal to Unity Learn. I don't know if. Yeah, they've got lessons at the bottom there. If you're specifically looking for game development, these are good resources. If you're looking into C# for any other application, and I mean any, you're gonna want some more professional teaching or maybe some sort of course online that you can purchase. Because C# for games is messy and gross, and frankly, it's not efficient. But it doesn't need to be most of the time. I've had to optimize games. I know what it needs to be. You want to learn game dev? I would recommend these resources then. And there's one more I always recommend. It's actually an older tutorial, but here's one from Pixel Nest. This is the tutorial I did to start game development. It was my entry to game development. Is programming your hobby or job too? It is my job. I am a contract game developer. I work 40 hours a week, and usually more than 40, working on a number of games. In fact, if you're interested, please tell me this works. There, you can read more about me and what I do. If you're interested in me specifically, on my website, Zach Fierce, the Ginger Indie, where I talk about the stuff that I do and the games I've worked on, like Earth Night and Bombfest, which you can buy on most consoles right now, and lots of other goopy stuff. Here's Peasant. I'm working on that right now. Isle of Disaster. I am working on that. A horror game that'll come out someday, hopefully within the next month or two. We'll say 2 or 3. But yeah, this is my full-time job. I sit at home at a computer, I work, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, most Tuesdays and Thursdays, I stream some of my personal work so you can see what it's like. And yeah, if you guys have any more questions, spam. If you've got any questions, or A7, if you've got questions, please ask away. I am happy to answer anything you come up with. And if you enjoy what you see here, feel free to drop a follow, because I got to ask for that. Let's set up this last. I'm going to quickly go through and drop these in here so we can get running working. Do I want this? What's my pay? Let's see. Last year, I think I'm aiming at 60 to 70,000 this year. As long as jobs keep up, it fluctuates month to month based on work. That's on the higher end. Definitely 50 at least. But it's it came from a long way. Can I teach you? I can teach you little bits and pieces through this stream. Actually, I can self-plug myself again. I work for a company called GameU that teaches game development. Fun fact. I am using 2019.3 right now. I'm really just to play with the new UI. But I work for a group called GameU, who does game development teaching. In fact, I'm part of their GameU Live, which is live streams. In fact, tomorrow I'm doing one on the GameU Live channel. Let's see if I can GameU Live. Does this work? I I abbreviated shout out wrong, guys. Yeah, Game U Live is the group that I do live streams for, and that's teaching. Your color scheme, I had that before, but it's gone for me like you. If and else is pink. Oh, in Visual Studio. Oh, is it Visual Studio 2019? I'm sorry. I don't know. What am I using? Yep, this is Community 2019. Yeah. I don't know if this is a custom color scheme. But this is the dark mode, and I haven't edited anything. It's too much work. If I could, my strings would be green because for some reason I think strings are green. That just feels good to me. I think Python has green screen in I can't even say that. Favorite only edits turn structs into a light orange. Nice. Because structs are this green, right? I think they're always this green. Too close to the comment color. Different from classes. Yeah. Because classes, do I have any classes sitting around here? Because classes are they the same color? They are the same color, aren't they? Actually, they're so slightly different. It's green versus a greenish teal. Most popular game. I don't think any of them is most popular. I would say Earth Knight is probably the most prolific, and um, you can tweak that. I'm pretty sure. Definitely, no turquoise, class, and green for Struct. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's what it is right now. But Earth Knights is a lovely little game. It's like an infinite runner, except it's fun. It's a lot more interesting than an infinite runner. You're killing dragons and riding on the backs of them. Are any of these big? I really enjoy it. It's super physics heavy, which is definitely part of what I do. It's got charming characters. You skydive through dragons. Um, yeah. There's this big wolf monster that I haven't killed yet. It's super charming. Super charming. And you can get it on Apple Arcade, Switch, PS4, and Steam. I helped with the console porting, so I joined late in development for Earth Knight. I would say it's safe to say I didn't do any of the mechanic design. I definitely tweaked what was already there to optimize it, but that was mostly optimization. Optimization is my least favorite thing to do in game development. It's staring at something, beating your head against the wall, and hoping that it saves you some frames per second. And if you're lucky, it does. Let's scrunch up these if-else statements. Sprint, run, move. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I didn't make Earth Knight, like, by myself. I should say, what you're seeing is like 5% of what I made. Round, thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate you. So yeah, Earth Knight, all the art, all the major mechanics, I had nothing to do with. I did tweaking for optimization. I was the console port developer. I need to look up what I'm listed in the credits as because it's not that, but it's something similar. If you're looking for things you work on, are you going to make those floats constant too, like you did on the other fields? Is there a constant opportunity here? I've made these ones constant, which is good because they never change. Some of these, like these public ones, I'm going to make them constant eventually, but right now I like to mess with them in the editor, so they're not constant. They're just public. But these guys, I keep them constant just because they're specific numbers, squares of things. If you're interested, bam. Yeah, these guys here, yeah, they're going to stay constant. Yeah, but these guys, they're going to stay public because then I come over here and I can edit them live while the game's running. And you can't do that with constants. Kind of a shame. If you're interested, though, bam, Bombfest, the other title here, is I did all of the programming, all the 2D art, and I did the characters and the bombs when it comes to 3D models. our art director, Marissa Hike, did the 3D environments. But this one is 90% my doing. So if you got any questions about this is a fun physics-based party game. I can answer all those questions. Here's our live action commercial with these toys. You can find that at playbomfest.com. It's only $10 on all platforms. I think it's down to $10 on all platforms. A lot like Gang Beasts? Sure is. Yeah, that was the main inspiration. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. Great at parties, great with all ages. You only need 2 buttons to play it. I mean, you only need a stick and 1 button to be good at it. And then 2 buttons if you want to be pro. Simple little game. Simple, charming little game. I still can't move. Why can't I move? Is moving is why I can't move. Move speed type does not equal move speed idle. I'm not setting move speed. Move speed equals input dot square magnitude. That's really not a safe way to do that. Here we go. But yeah, and oh no, I've broken everything. Would it cost money for you to teach me code? It probably would, unfortunately. Yeah. I hate to say that because I hate to be a buzzkill like that. But it's a fair question to ask. Right now I get paid by the hour for my teaching streams. And I'm trying to support my family. So there may be rare circumstances where I can offer more for free. But for now, you can ask whatever you want during this stream, and that is pro bono. As I struggle to make this work. What am I doing wrong, guys? Movement speed is working. We're turning. Even if is moving. Ah, shoot, I forgot to set, I didn't set these correctly. This should be run. This is walk. And this is idle. Okay. I got distracted. Inner script, is that where you can change the color? I'm happy keep in mind the color it is. But that's interesting to see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's set these up. So, move speed type, greater than 0. Move speed type, greater than 1. Move speed type, greater than 2. Move speed type, less than 3. Move speed type, less than 2. And move speed type, less than 1. Okay, we've now timed everything up. There's our walk. There's our Sprintamundo. Want to make my own game in Unity but I don't know how to code? It is an art, my friend. But, and coding is a big part of it. Coding is one of the biggest parts of making games. It is the foundation. If you pursue it, you might be able to learn how to do it. Playmaker, like InnerScript is recommending, is a wonderful place to get started. Yeah, I recommend Playmaker is a visual style of coding in Unity that lets you use these blocks to code things. So instead of typing code, you drag in a block that says spawn an item. You drag in a block that says do something when I press the A button. You draw a line between the two and connect them, and then when you press the A button, it spawns an item. It's called block coding, and it's wonderful for picking up how to code. It is probably the way I learned how to code. However, if you just want to make a game, and you want to make it, just want to make something, I recommend, personally, Construct. Construct is a wonderful tool that works in your browser. You don't even have to download anything. I click try it now, I say launch now. Welcome to Construct 3. I need to log in. And did that work? Cool. And then you bump in. Let's see if I can load any of these from the cloud. Let's see if I've got any of these saved. This will be kind of funny. I'll need to confirm this on my phone. 65 bucks. Oh yeah. Hey, Scatter, thank you so much for dropping in. Thank you for the host. So let me get you something free, Vam. Code free Unity dev. Guy was an artist before he's at start. Hey, Kiwi. Thank you so much for dropping in, Leah Kiwi. We're talking about game development and how to get started. And I'm struggling. To find here. I'll just show you. We'll make a new project. I'll call this platformer. Create. Boom. I'm in construct. Let me make insert new object. Sprite. Bam. Sprite. I'm going to draw a character really quick here. We're going to make the world's fastest game. It's a guy. I am struggling. That is the story in my life. Here is our character. I'm going to name him Character. I'm going to press play. Pretty good game so far. Okay, not very good yet. Let's add a behavior. Add new behavior. Platform. Boom. Press play. Now he falls off the screen. But I can move him left and right. We need some ground. Insert new object. Sprite. Click. Let's make some ground. There's a better way to do this. Bam. Make it the ground. What are you doing this on? This is construct.net. Yeah. Ground. Let's make some ground. Let's make it groundish shaped. Put it right down here. Let's press play. Okay, I fell through the ground. Let's go to behaviors for the ground, and we'll say solid. And now I'll press play. And just like that. Oh, Leah, well, thank you for stopping in. Please have a good eat, and hopefully I'll still be streaming when you get back. If not, I hope to catch you next time. Ground shape, the best shape. Look at this. I have a super simple game. Now don't I? I can move around, I can jump, I can turn on double jump if I want over here in the options. But this is just a super box standard game. And you can do lots with Construct. You can have characters that move around from the top. Wah, 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 wah. You can have car-based characters. In the behaviors here, you'll see I've got ones like 8-directional movement, bullet-like movement, pathfinding, car-based movement, physics-based movement, turret-based movement. This is a very quick and easy way to make a game. I so totally recommend it. You're trying to learn how to code, not that. Well, the coding is in here. Here's where the actual coding happens. I can say character, on collision with another object. You probably want code, but I just want to show you there's code blocks in here. Character. I'm going to rotate clockwise, I guess. Degrees, 5. What's this going to do? I think this means if I'm touching the ground, I turn slightly. Yep, I guess so. Best and easiest way to learn code? I don't know that. I probably don't have the authority to say that. But when it comes to coding for games, starting with block coding, which is what this is, and then transitioning to like a programming language, I think is the best technique. So bam, I recommend you give block coding or coding like this is block coding, a try. Because then when you start to pick up a language, it's going to come really easily. It's going to be like, oh, it's a branch. It's an if statement. I'm asking the computer if this is true, do this, and if it's not, do this. It really smooths things over and makes it very easy to learn things quickly. So I full-heartedly, strongly recommend Construct if it comes to getting your feet wet with making games. Think it's possible to make a fully professional game with code blocks? 100%. My good friend Jared Huntley made a game called Art Club Challenge in Construct. That's what I just showed you. It's a really charming little art game that you can get on an Apple iOS device. And it's kind of cool. You draw stuff with just squares and try and make art out of it. And there's these challenges to follow. And there's a club, hence Art Club Challenge. But it's a professional title made in Construct. So code blocks 100%. And if you're working in Unreal, you can work with Unreal Blueprints, which is code blocks. In fact, guys, let's just get wild here. And let me open up Unreal and show you a project I'm working on right now with code blocks. And I know this is a sin because I'm a Unity developer and I shouldn't be touching Unreal. But a client did give me a VR headset to make a VR game in Unreal. So I'm going to do that. Let me open up FPS test here. Am I able? I won't show you the VR right now because it'll take a while to set up. But here is a simple first-person shooter prototype where I've got these menus, and when I press these, some numbers appear right above here on the top left corner of the screen. What number I press? So now it's saying 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. There's no other real numbers to pick, so I'm just picking 8. And this is a first-person shooter. Controls. But how does it work? There's no code. There is zero code in this project. It takes like on a real rabbit trail. Yep, I've totally walked away from working on Peasant, guys. But we'll get back to it on Thursday, hopefully. If I open up this first-person character, here's the code. It's blocks. So for example, let me open up the edited one. Yeah. So here is some blocks I did to make those buttons work. Input action fire means when I left click, when I press the left click, it simulates left click from my gun basically. When I release it, it releases left click using widget interaction. This is an object that is pretending to be a mouse cursor in the real world. And then we've got all this other stuff. Mouse input, input axis turn, returns an axis value, which is left and right on your mouse. It adds controller yaw input to our player and turns the player. Same with look up and down, adds pitch, which is up and down movement. Jumping's in here. Here's movement input. This is coding with blocks. And this is Unreal Engine. There are people who will tell you that Unreal Engine is more professional than Unity. They're wrong. But we're now programming with something that many people would say is less professional than programming. Blocks programming. And yet it works. I can click on these buttons. I can jump. And there's no code. It's blocks. So yeah, I strongly recommend blocks for getting started in coding. If you've got like no foundation, that is the place to start, especially with game logic, because it'll teach you game logic as well as coding, which will make game coding a lot easier. And if not, check out those other tutorials I posted links to. I would strongly recommend them. And yeah, I think you'll have a good time. I know my headset isn't on. I'm sorry, SteamVR. Oof. Here we are, guys. Here we are. And I'd be remiss if I didn't advertise GameU, which is I work for these guys. I teach one of their classes. It's a camp. It is targeted at a younger demographic than some of you, or it might be targeted at your demographic. This is grade school, high school level, but I know I've got grade school, high school viewers. So let's see. GameU Live. Yeah, I do GameU Live. And am I in here? Do I have a profile in here? Meet our team. I'm not these people. There's me. Almost. I had shorter hair on the sides. But yeah, I teach a show called Gamedev Trainwreck, which is where I make a game from scratch. Or actually, we're doing platformer stuff. We're doing what I'm doing right now, but as a course. And we make games. Anyways, I should stop advertising here. Actually, one more thing. I publish all these games if you want to play them and just see how simple they are. Because in my classes, I walk through all the code to make them. This one's called Pirate Battle. I strongly recommend it. You sail a ship. It's kind of like Assassin's Creed, Black Flag. You sail a ship and you fire cannonballs and you try and blow up other ships. Kaboom! And I'm playing this in my internet browser right now. I'm really proud of that. Kaboom! Here's the link to this one if anybody's interested. It's free. You can play it in your browser. And you can play any of these other games I've made too. But yeah, I encourage you, Bam. If you're interested in game development, pursue it. There's some joys that you can only get making games. You're creating a world. Yeah, you were created. You are now creating. It's a process. It's a valuable thing, and I think you experience life best when you make. So if you want to make games, I encourage you, go for it. Make some cool stuff. And if you got questions, you can always send them to me. I don't always have time to answer them, but I will try. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to call it here. So if there's any final questions, please hit me up. If you've enjoyed this stream, please give me a follow on Twitch. It means a lot. I don't make any money from follows. It just means that you enjoy what I do and helps me know what to do better next time. And if you got any critique for the stream, like the fact that I stopped working on the game I was advertising for the last hour, that's fine too. I'd love to hear it. But yeah, I'm Zach. I'm a professional game developer of 5 years. I work on multiple indie contracts from companies big and small. And I like games. Hope to see what you guys make. I would love to see what you're in development with. And if you ever have questions or you just want to chill and hang out, you are home here. Side note, I think I might be changing the name of the channel from Zach Fierce Guy to Zach Fierce Dev, because that makes a little more sense than Zach Fierce Guy. So if you don't want to miss out, if you don't want to be confused when you try and find the stream next time, make sure to drop a follow. And if not, I'll be around. If you want to chat with me off stream, Twitter's a great place to do so. You can find me at Zach Fierce. Link in the chat if you need it. Anyways, thank you guys so much. If Leah bops in, thanks for the bops, Naflet. Yeah, I'm really glad that was helpful, Naflet. Yeah, feel free to shoot me a private message. Shoot me an @ on Twitter. That's probably the best way. Go to my website, and you can send me an email from there if you've got bigger questions. And let's hang out. Let's make games together. I will catch you all later. Have a good night. God bless. See ya.